G'day, this is Marie Wilson, and this video is just to show you how I go about playing the Pink song, Just Give Me a Reason. Now just keep in mind this is my interpretation of it, so it's not exactly, not necessarily exactly right, but this is how I like to play it. Now the first thing I'll talk about is the key. So the original song is in the key of G, and for me, that's to reach some of those really high notes, it's just a little bit too high. So I like to sort of drop it down a few steps to be more comfortable with my own range. So that's why I've dropped the song down to E. Now, sometimes, depending on what the song is, you can just use a capo and you can bump it up. But I wanted the song to be, because it is such a beautiful, passionate song, I wanted to be able to play it with full strings, and sometimes when you use a capo, you kind of miss out on that beautiful quality of open strings. So I decided to completely transpose the song from G down to E. Now, if you don't like playing bar chords, then you might want to even drop it down to D, because there'll be less bar chords in that, because this is quite a lot of bar chords in this particular version. Or if you're happy, if you can sing it up in the original key, then I would suggest you actually play it in the key of G, in the original key. But for these purposes, I'm going to play it in E, and because it suits my voice. And if you're happy to play it in E and you need to bump it up a bit higher, then you can just use a capo. Okay, so let's get into the song. It's in the key of E. So the intro starts on a C sharp minor. Now, if you don't know how to play the chords, you can just have a look at the close-ups of my fingers. But also check out, any chord charts will show you how to play these chords. Now, I also do have some little tips for helping out with bar chords, because they can get quite taxing on your hands and your fingers. So I'll show you. Basically, the chords are C sharp minor, this is for the intro, C sharp minor to an F sharp major, up to a B, down to the E, up to the A, and then I just sort of do a little drop down to the F sharp minor. All right, and then we go into the verse. Now, the thing I play, my little cheats way of playing some bar chords, particularly when I'm in the key of E, is not necessarily holding down all the strings with your index finger. So normally a bar chord, you hold the index finger right across the fret, and then you place the fingers depending on what chord you're playing. In the key of E, because we have the benefit of using all those beautiful open strings, I just hold down the two top notes here, and then it allows the other strings to ring out, and it just means it's a little less taxing on your finger, so you don't have to hold the index finger all the way down. So it's, can even do it with the F sharp. It's kind of sounds a little bit weird, but I kind of like it. So it's C sharp minor, F sharp major, up to a B. Again, instead of holding my finger all the way across the fret, I'm just holding it on the bottom string there. And then the E. Now notice how I play the E. I play it with these three fingers to basically, so I can just keep sliding up and down the fretboard. If I was to play it with that, with the sort of the standard way to play an E, then when I move to play a bar chord, I have to change the placement of my fingers. If you play an E with these three fingers and you want to go up to a D, then all you need to do is keep your fingers on the same strings and then just slide up to the B, which is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th fret. So the intro. And then you've got that little doom, 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 which you might want to just sing in your head. All right, then we get into the verse, which is E, A, C sharp minor, back to A. So with lyrics, right from the start, you were a thief, you stole my heart, C sharp minor, and I, your willing victim, down to the E again. And then you repeat that we go into the pre-chorus, which is pretty much the same as the intro. Which is the C sharp minor. You've been talking in your, which is the F sharp major. Sleep, up to the B. Oh. C sharp minor, F sharp major, to the B, down to the E. Alright, and then leading into the chorus the first time around. And that's kind of it's a B suspended fourth. So if with your little finger, you can take it off. And then we go into the chorus. So just have a practice through that. There is quite a bit of movement up and down the fretboard because we are playing lots of bar chords. So you may need to practice it if you haven't had a lot of experience playing bar chords. Okay, so just before we go into the chorus, I want to just show you there's a slight difference coming out of the second verse into the chorus as there was for the first verse into the chorus. So in the first verse, tell me that you've had enough, that you've had enough of our love, up to the B and B suspended fourth. That's when Pink is singing. Then when Nate comes in and does the second verse, this is a slight difference leading into the second chorus. There's nothing more than empty sheets between our love. So instead of going up straight up to the B here, we do a little rundown. Our love, down to an F sharp minor, or our love, back up to the A, and then we go into the B suspended fourth. So love, our love, oh our love, our love. All right, so that's just the slight difference coming out of the second verse as opposed to the first verse. All right, so now for the choruses. The chords for the chorus are E. Just give me a reason, up to the B. Just a little bit's enough, down to the C sharp minor. Just a second, we're not broken, just bend. Stay on the same fret and just come up to the G sharp minor. And then slide back up to the B. We can learn to love again, it's in the stars. Back down to the E, so we're basically repeating. Still written in the scars on my heart. We're not broken, just bend. Down to the G sharp minor. We can learn to love again. Okay, so up to the bridge. So coming out of the second chorus, we're coming out from the B and we're going straight into the bridge, and it's straight down to a C sharp minor. Oh, tear ducts and rust. Down to the G sharp minor, which is in the same fret. I'll fix it for us. Up to the A, and remember, just hold down the bottom string. You can hold the whole thing down, but if you like the sound of the open strings and you want to sort of go easy on your fingers, then just hold down the bottom string there. We're collecting dust, up to the B, but our love's enough. Then we're just going to repeat that whole progression. Holding it in, G sharp minor. You're pouring a drink. No, nothing is as. Now go down to the F sharp. Bad as it seems. So it goes from an A to a B, and then this is where Pink comes in and does the really high vocal, hugely high vocal. It's a high G, which is just wicked. But I actually cheat and I just do the "We'll come clean." Now, in my opinion, if you sing that hard enough with enough passion, if people are watching you, they won't even realise that you didn't sing the original melody anyway, because they'll probably be singing it along with you anyway. So look, if you can hit that high note, go for it. But if it's a bit shaky, you don't want to at sort of at poignant parts in the song, you don't want to go for it and miss it. So I always like to be comfortable. It's still high enough for me to be able to really belt it out, and to me that's what's really important, is capturing that passion. So it finishes on a B. We'll come clean. Then we go back into the little breakdown. Now, in the original version, it's just like this drum. It's just a drum percussive sort of breakdown. So there's actually no music going underneath the vocals. I usually just do a breakdown version of it. You can stop it and do some sort of percussive thing if you like, but I just break it down. Just give me a reason, just a little bit's enough, and then it gives it that kind of brings the dynamics right down and enables you to build back up to the chorus. There is one little cool thing that I do. Just give me a reason, just a little bit's enough. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but if you just sort of slide your index finger up to the next fret, you'll go. It just sounds cool. And then down to the C sharp minor. So I do a real chug, and I'm really resting my this part of my hand quite heavily on the strings to really get that kind of chug sound. So tip me a reason, just a little bit's enough, just a second when I've broken, just bend, we can learn to love again. And then we repeat that. Down in the scars on my heart, when I've broken, just bend. Now this is where I'll start to build up. We can learn to love again. Give me a reason, just a little bit's enough, just a second when I've broken, just bend. So have a play around with it anyway, because you might come up with something cool that you'd prefer to do, but that's pretty much how I play the song. The only other new part in the song, which isn't really a new part, but the way to finish the song is just pretty much to go back into the intro, which is the C sharp minor to the F sharp major, up to the B, down to the E, A, down to the F sharp minor, and then finishing on the E. So have fun with that, good luck with it, and let me know how you go.